Out there, the fact that this was consensual, I wonder how he reached that agreement or wants to reach that statement.
A former UC football assistant returns to court on a sex abuse charge following a strange encounter with an employee at a Northern Kentucky grocery store. Good evening, everybody. Antrione Archer does not want to face a jury, but his lawyer wants to talk to the 73-year-old woman he's accused of abusing.
Archer was fired last week after UC learned he was charged with sex abuse. It stems from a bizarre encounter at the Fort Mitchell Kroger store. Archer was back in court today, and Local 12's Joe Webb was there.
In Kenton District Court this morning, Antrione Archer gave up his right to a jury trial and will put his case solely in the hands of Judge Doug Grothaus. He was charged with sex abuse in June, but UC didn't find out about it until 10 days ago and fired Archer last week. Bearcats TV featured him as Director of Player Development and football team chaplain. He described himself as a role model.
But it's helpful. They see someone in a position of, I won't say power, but they see someone in a higher position, but at the same time that they can relate to. And I think that's huge, you know, and you have to have that in my position, being that mentor, that counselor.
Today, he stood with his own counselor because of an episode at the Fort Mitchell Kroger last May. Police say Archer placed his exposed penis on the buttocks of a 73-year-old employee who was helping him find vitamins. Police say it happened several times at several places in the store and was caught on surveillance cameras. During an interview at the Fort Mitchell police station, police say Archer confessed. In court today, Archer's attorney, James Knoll, asked to interview the alleged victim. Knoll says the Kroger encounter was consensual. The prosecutor isn't buying it.
When he said here in court that he's not talked to her, obviously has not interviewed her, so one's left to wonder how exactly this was a consensual encounter between these two. Truth was, it was anything but.
Your Honor, since I was last in court, I have an opportunity to view the Kroger videotapes, and that's the basis for my belief that that this encounter was not a hostile encounter.
The judge said no interview with the woman. Archer will be back in court October 14th for a hearing to suppress that statement to Fort Mitchell police. His trial is scheduled for the next day. In Fort Mitchell, Joe Webb, Local 12 News.
And Archer's attorney has said that he has appealed his firing at UC. Archer is trying to stay on leave while the allegations are resolved in court. He also has written a letter of apology to the employee.